Hello everyone! Welcome to Learn the Lingo. My name is Matthew, and welcome back to our series in which we are practicing Hebrew phonics by reading aloud verses from the Bible in Hebrew. Today we are going to read Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. So here is verse 2. We'll start reading on the top right, where we see a vav, which makes the v sound, and under the vav there is a shva. Shva ends the syllable v. Next we have a letter hey, which makes the h sound, and under that is a kamatz, which says ah. After that is an aleph, which is silent, and under that is another kamatz, which again says ah. Next is a letter resh, which makes the r sound. A segol is under that, which says eh, and the last letter of this word is a final tsadi. Tsadi makes the ts sound. We can see that above the aleph there is a punctuation mark, which means that the aleph's syllable, ah, is the syllable with the accent. So this is v'ha'aretz. V'ha'aretz. The second word of this verse starts with a letter hey, which makes the h sound. Under the hey we have a kamatz, and after the hey we have a yud. Now, if an ah vowel such as a kamatz or a patak is under a letter, and after that letter we have a yud, the ah vowel and the yud will combine to make an I vowel sound. Now, this only happens if the yud is not making its y consonant sound. Remember that that will happen if the yud has a vowel marker under it. Now, this yud has a shva under it, but shva is not a vowel marker. It is a pronunciation marker that indicates the end of a syllable. So that means that this yud can combine with the kamatz to make an I vowel sound, and the shva here is just showing the end of this syllable, hi. After this syllable, we have a tav, which makes the t sound. Under the tav, we have a kamatz, which says ah, and this word ends with a silent hey, showing that the word ends with a vowel sound. The accented syllable is ta, and so this word is hi ta. The next word starts with a letter tav, which makes the t sound. On the tav, we have a cholam haser, which says o. Next is a letter hey, which makes the h sound, and this word ends with a vav with shuruk, which say u. We can see that this word has two punctuation markers. So which one is indicating the accented syllable? When there are two punctuation markers on a word, the one on the end is not the one that has the accented syllable, which means that this one on the syllable to is indicating the accented syllable. So this word has the accent on to, and so this word is not tohu, but tohu. After tohu, we have a word that starts with a letter vav, which makes the v sound. Under the vav, we have a kamatz, which says ah. Next, we have a beit without dagesh, which makes the v sound. On the beit, we have a cholam haser, which says o. Next, we have a letter hey, which says h. And finally, we have a vav with a shuruk, which say u. The accented syllable on this word is vo, so this word is vavohu. This is the first pun in the Bible, tohu vavohu, which means formless and void. Our next word also starts with a letter vav, which makes the v sound. Under the vav is a shva, which ends the syllable. And our next letter is a chet, which makes the guttural ch sound. On the chet, we have a cholam haser, which says o. And next we have a letter sheen with the dot on the top right, which says sh. Under the sheen is a segol, which says eh. And this word ends with a final cough without dagesh, which makes the guttural ch sound. In the final cough, we have a shva. This shva is only here because a final cough must always have some sort of pronunciation marker, either a shva or a kamatz. This shva doesn't make any difference in the pronunciation of this word. The accented syllable is cho, and so this word is v'choshek. Moving down a line, our next word starts with an ayin, which is silent. Under the ayin, we have a patak, which says ah, and this word ends with a lamed, which makes the l sound. This word is connected with a dash to our next word, which starts with a letter pe. This pe has a dagesh, which means it makes the p sound. Under the pe, we have a schwa, which ends the syllable, and our next letter is a nun, which says n. Under the nun, we have a tsere, which says a, and this word ends with a yud, which represents the tsere's a sound. Now, these two words connected with a dash are sharing just one punctuation marker, which means they share just one accented syllable. So these two words together are al paneh. In biblical Hebrew, words connected with a dash can either have just one punctuation marker among themselves and just one accented syllable, or they can both have their own punctuation marker and accented syllable. Next, we have a letter tav, which makes the t sound. Under the tav, we have a schwa, which ends the syllable t. Next, we have a letter he, which makes the h sound. And after that, we have a vav with a cholam, which say o. And this word ends with a final mem, which makes the sound. The accented syllable of this word is home, so this word is to home. The punctuation marker on this word, which looks kind of like a wishbone, indicates the middle of the verse. And so we're going to read the first half of this verse now. V'ha'aretz ha'ita tohu vavohu, v'choshek al pnei tehom. The first word of the second half of this verse starts with a letter vav with a schwa under it, which means its first syllable is v. And next we have a letter resh, which makes the r sound. After the resh, we have a vav with a shuruk, which say u. And this word ends with a chet with a patak under it. When chet and patak are at the end of the word, that means that the patak's sound actually comes first. So first we have the ah from the patak, and then the guttural ch sound from the chet. So this word is veruach. The next word starts with an aleph, which is silent, and under the aleph we have a segul shva, which is a shortened e sound. Next we have a lamed, which makes the l sound, and on the lamed we have a cholam chaser, which says o. Next is a letter he, which makes the sound, and under the he we have a hirik, and the hirik's e sound is represented with a yud that comes after the letter he. The word ends with a final mem, which makes the sound. The accented syllable is him, and so this word is Elohim. And then we'll move down a line to see the next word, which starts with a letter mem, which says Under the mem we have a shva, which ends the syllable. Next is a letter resh, which says ra. Under the resh is a patach, which says ah. Then we have a chet, which makes the guttural ch sound. Under the chet we have a segol, which says eh. Then we have a pe without dagesh, which makes the f sound. Under the pe is another segol, which says eh. And this word ends with a letter tav, which makes the t sound. The accent is on the syllable che, so this word is merachefet. Then once again we have the words al and paneh, once again connected with a dash, al paneh. And next we have a word that starts with a letter he, which makes the h sound. Under the he we have a patak, which says ah. Next is a letter mem, which says In this mem is a dagesh, but the dagesh does not change the mem sound. It is just here for a grammatical reason. Under the mem we have a kamatz, which says ah. Next is a letter yud, and under that is a hirik. Now remember that since the yud has a vowel marker under it, it makes its ya consonant sound, and this hirik is not represented with a yud, and it just makes the e sound by itself. And this word ends with a final mem, which makes the sound. The accented syllable is ma, so this word is hamayim. Reading the whole second half of the verse out, we have Baruch Elohim Merachefet al Pnei Hamayim. And we'll end today's video by reading the entire verse. V'ha'aretz ha'ita tohu vavohu, v'choshek al Pnei tehom. Baruch Elohim Merachefet al Pnei Hamayim. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment on it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and click on the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Also, if you know someone who would like to learn Hebrew, please consider sharing this video or my channel with them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.